Hi, and welcome to Carolina Varsity's 2013 look at the 4A playoffs. I'm Dale Ross.
I'm the pet man, Matt Barber.
And Matt, this next game we're going to take a look at is number 9, Southeast Guilford, 11-2, coming over to play Catholic, number 4 Catholic at 11-2.
Right.
Hokie has Catholic winning this ball game by 9.
Okay.
Last week, Catholic defeated High Point Central 42-21. You kind of hinted in the video about an emotional ball game. Apparently, there were a lot of personal fouls.
Yeah, and you know, we commented about if you're Southeast Guilford, this is going to be a different kind of environment. There's no track around the Catholic Stadium, and the fences and such are really close. And apparently, on the highlights, Elijah Hood ran into the fence. And you know, we said that it's going to happen.
Yeah.
And it happened. And
Well, it happened in the West Met game.
Yeah.
Elijah Hood was ran into the bench.
Mm-hmm.
It's unfortunately
Right.
it's just going to happen because the sidelines are too close.
So Southeast Guilford, just keep that in your mind. When you come down.
And Southeast Guilford defeated Mooresville 30-22 last week. They got up kind of big, and then Mooresville made a fight to come back, but didn't have enough.
Yeah, that was a number 1 seed they knocked off.
That was
so,
the number 1 seed.
If you're Catholic, you can't take these guys lightly.
No, not at all. We kind of think that the Catholics are favored, and like I say, Hokie's got Catholic by 9.
Okay.
This is going to be a wing T versus wing T.
It's going to be over in 45 minutes.
I don't know. Just some numbers to lead you in. Southeast Guilford has, they're averaging 343 yards a game. They have 4,100 yards, 4,121 on the year rushing. Just a couple of kids, a senior Turner, 229 carries, 1,518 yards. McThay, a sophomore, 147 carries, 1,043 yards. We passing, there were 41 and 94, 672 yards.
Well, they're hitting some big plays, so that's a big play ratio in their passing game.
5 TDs. Out of 41 throws, that's they're throwing for scores, and only 6 interceptions. That's more interceptions than TDs. But in Hood, I'm just going to lead you in. Catholic, you guys only put information in for Hood. 1 player. I thought there was no I in team, but you had 1 player's stats in there, and that was Hood. He has 263 carries for 2,800 yards on the season.
Gracious.
So, wing T versus wing T, what you think?
Well, I tell you, I had it on my notes here that it's going to be a very fast game. But if you like old school football, it's going to be your type of game because you're going to see maybe 10 passes between both of these teams. I don't have a lot here, honestly, because you got 2 wing T teams. So Southeast Guilford, they know how to defend it.
Right.
They just got to execute, and plain and simple. I think they throw it a little more than Catholic. They had a big pass play against Mooresville to ice the game last week when they were up 8, and apparently it was a big 3rd down play, and I saw they had a pass, looked like a little wheel play out of the backfield to hit the running back going down the sideline. So I think Southeast Guilford will be able to throw the ball in play action situations if they need to. But the problem is, on that, Catholic, they played a spread team in High Point Central last week, and they defended the pass relatively well.
Right.
So, I don't think you're going to be able to get them off guard. Catholic's defense is a lot better than they get credit for, especially this year. And Elijah Hood, on that side of the ball is just, he's impressive there, too. He flies to the ball. He makes tackles. Southeast Guilford's going to have to account for him. I think Catholic, strength versus strength. So, when you're facing a team that knows what you do pretty well, you got to figure out their tendency on both sides of the ball, offensively and defensively. Southeast Guilford, are they going to sit back and play, more read and react football, or are they going to be aggressive, try to blitz in the gaps and try to stop you before you get started? I think they're gonna have to figure out who the guy is for Southeast Guilford on what night. They got pretty good numbers between their backs, but recently it looks like McDay has been kind of the big play guy for them. He had that big game 2 weeks ago. He had another good game last week against Mooresville. I believe Turner is the fullback for Southeast Guilford, so it seems like they favor that inside run a little bit more, and they use that to set up McDay on the outside with the pitches and counters and sweeps type stuff. So if you're Catholic, you know what they're gonna do. You just got to stop it, and that's the case for both of these teams. So it's really interesting to, from an analyst standpoint, because in these situations it comes down to turnovers and special teams. Catholic special teams have not been as great as they usually are in the past. Mm-hmm. They got a kicker that's out. They got another kid kicking, and they don't kick it in the end zone, as much anymore. Their field goals, they don't have a lot of range in those. Turnovers, Catholic doesn't turn the ball over much, and I'm guessing Southeast Guilford doesn't either, because they're both here and they both had really good seasons. But if there are any turnovers in this game, that's going to be even bigger than it would be in a normal type of game, because possessions are going to be at a premium, and whoever can win the turnover battle and whoever can make a play on special teams will have the big advantage here.
Yeah, personally, I think it's going to come down to, can Southeast Guilford slow down Hood?
Right, and a lot of teams haven't done that.
Right, and I'm having a hard time believing Southeast Guilford's going to be able to also. Just my thoughts, I've seen I haven't seen Southeast Guilford this year, but I have seen Catholic a lot. I don't think Catholic's going to have trouble defending the Southeast Guilford attack. I think it's going to come down to what happens with Hood, because Hood's a great run stopper on the defensive side of the ball. Catholic's smart defensively; they know what's coming at them. There's nothing new here. There's nothing out of their norm. This is more in their norm, where they want to be. Now, throughout the season, their norm is defending spread and read options and all these other things. But this is really what they do every day in practice. So, it could be. I mean, Southeast Guilford might be a better team than we think they are. They knocked off a number one. We'll see. If they can slow Hood down, I think they got a shot. If they can't slow Hood down, and when I say slow them down, I mean 150 yards or less. Hood gets up over 200. I think it's
one other note on Southeast Guilford. I was reading about them today. Their coach, he preaches getting 3 and 4 yards a pop, and he says on 4th down, if it's close, they're gonna go for it. So we got a little bit of Riverboat Ron in Southeast Guilford.
So we'll see.
I just had to throw that in there.
Yeah. Somebody that goes and attends the game, let us know if anything like that happens.
We know you will, Catholic Cougs.
Yep, you probably have watched it, so let us know what happens. I think you got, the Southeast Guilford, it is, as Matt mentioned early in the video, it is a tight environment as far as the stands are right up on the field. Yeah. You got very short distance between the sidelines and the fence.
Be a big home crowd too.
Should be a big home crowd. Now, a bunch of the games I went to that should have had big home crowds, Catholic fans aren't turning out this year like they have.
Is that a challenge?
That's not a challenge. It's just a fact. They have not been turning out like I would expect them to turn out. None of the games were overflowing like I would have expected them to be. Maybe the third round in the playoffs, maybe it will be. You guys enjoy your ball game. Thanks.
Coming to ya on a dusty road. Good loving, I got a truckload. And when you get it, you got something. So don't